Today I'm going to show you how to make Italian wedding soup a la no crumbs left. And we're changing it up a little bit, and instead of doing pork, we're doing chicken. Let's go. Here's a great idea. Do the prep a day before. So onions, the leeks, the carrots, the garlic, all chopped up yesterday and ready to go. I've got kale, of course, homemade chicken stock, eggs, spices, hot pepper flakes, lemon, and then rather than doing pork, let's do chicken. So we've got a spicy Italian chicken sausage out of the casing, and then put a little olive oil on your hands and make up these fantastic. It's a great little tip is when you're making meatballs and they're going to stick to you, have a little bit of olive oil. And here's the thing, I've got basil and oregano. You can change this up so many different ways, really make the recipe your own. It's fun to try things, fun to change things up, and be experimental. Just add the meatballs in. And a really good hack is that I bought sausage. They didn't have sausage, they didn't have chicken sausage at the grocery store, and I wanted the spicy mixture, so he put it together right there. And that's the thing, is you've just got to go talk to the butcher. Sometimes people get intimidated. There's no reason to do that. They're our friend, our foodie friends, and they'll help us. And don't overcrowd the pan. So it's going to be in a couple of different batches. And we're going to do about 10 minutes, flip in the middle, and set aside. So this time I picked a bigger pan because the base of this is bigger. And you actually use more olive oil when you're doing chicken, because when you do pork, there's a lot of fat to it, and less so with chicken. But you only want to have enough that fits in the pan. So it takes about 10 minutes and you flip in the middle. Now here's the thing, you've got to watch and you've got to listen. I have two pans next to each other, the same temperature. This was put on much later and we're going to flip it earlier. So a recipe is great, but you have to also listen to the food and you got to follow your own intuition and good common sense. Here's a personal preference moment. I think when you think about Italian wedding soup, you think about one like this over here. It's a little less browned and just kind of cooked slowly. Or you might kind of want a meatball like this. I think either could be lovely. So here's a personal preference and you figure out what's best for you. Also, it's going to go into some hot broth in the end, so it's going to continue to cook. Even though the other ones should be done early, since they're not, you've got to actually watch the food and really let it talk to you and hear it, and then get it on the tray over here. And here is the second bunch, and then we're going to pull it aside, and all of this yummy goodness in here, I want to saute the mirepoix in here. Mixture from earlier, what I'm going to do is mix it really, really well, because I'm going to start putting handfuls in here in the lovely fat from the chicken, and it's going to be great. And I'm going to, since I'm freezing half of it, I'm doubling the rest of it. I'm going to split this in two, and I've got the oregano and basil. Now at this point, we would do red pepper flakes. The sausage already feels kind of spicy to me, so I think I won't put that in. I think it's going to be just fine. Deglaze the pan with the chicken stock. Added some lemon. And now we're going to, it's all really warm, and we're just going to quickly cook this, add the meatballs very soon, and we're really going to be done. So I'm just going to add this, and we're not going to count the meatballs. We're just going to split it kind of in half. And the chicken isn't totally cooked in the middle, so as this comes up and the kale cooks, these are gonna just very gently cook, and well, we cannot wait to eat it. Doesn't it look fantastic? About the egg, almost didn't do it. We got these all mixed well, and then what we're gonna do is put them in here, and when we turn everything off, we're gonna slowly add the eggs in a stream. Now what I'm gonna do is, this is off, and I'm just gonna take this egg, and I'm just gonna very delicately do it in a circle. And because it's not hot, it's not boiling hot, it's not gonna make scrambled eggs. What happens, you might make scrambled eggs and that happens, and so what, don't even worry about it. And now what you're gonna do is add some parsley. By the way, when you're doing the frozen one, it's also totally fine to do the egg the day that you do it, but I do mine now anyway, and I don't worry one thing about it, and it works out fabulously. So here's the finished product, and we can't wait to dig in. And I love that as long as you're gonna go to the trouble, you've made double, you can freeze it and enjoy it in a week. Bon appetit.